What's happening, man? What's up, man? I got another one for y'all, man. I was thinking about, the corruption that's going on with ICE and whatnot. And nobody should be surprised, man. Corruption has been going on in law enforcement since its inception. And there was a time back when I was a bad guy and I was in trial, and I'm trying to make it as fast as possible. And there was a detective who had raided my wife's house. She was my baby mother at the time. Later on became my wife. They had raided her house without a search warrant at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So at about 12 o'clock, this detective went to a judge to acquire a search warrant for her house. And in this search warrant, you have to sign what's called a sworn affidavit testifying to the probable cause for this search warrant. And in this affidavit, this detective stated that when he went to her house, knocked on the door, she opened the door, he noticed automatic weapons leaning up against her couch. And that was the probable cause. And the judge signed the search warrant because that seems like probable cause, to any normal person. But remember what I said, they had already searched the house at 7 o'clock in the morning. Search warrant doesn't come about until 12. We are now in trial. I'm facing 84 years to life. I'm now in trial. Detective gets up and he testifies to this. Because this case was so big, it was a lot of different law enforcement agencies involved. It was a lot of different police. So what they have are different officers submit what they call supplemental reports of what they done involving the case. So it was so many different supplemental reports that nobody recognized that another officer had testified to going into her house and finding these same guns upstairs in the number 2 bedroom under the bed in a duffel bag. This is what he testified to. So how did you find the guns upstairs in a duffel bag when this guy said that they was leaning up against the couch when he came in? So we know the trial is going on. Once that was brought out, the judge stopped the proceedings, turned to the detective and asked him point blank, why did you lie on the search warrant? And the detective simply said, I don't know. You would have thought at that point that the trial would have been stopped, charges would have been dismissed, because what they obtained from that search warrant, it eventually led to my arrest. It's called the fruit of the tree, man. It's called the fruit of the tree, man. If the tree is bad, the fruit is bad. Everything needs to go from that point. But they didn't throw the case out. They allowed the trial to continue. And fortunately for me, I was acquitted of all the charges. Fortunately. But if not, I'd have been sitting in prison somewhere doing life. And do you think that detective got charged for lying on a sworn affidavit? No. No charges, no demotion, no reprimands, no nothing. He admitted to lying. I'm facing life because of his lies and no consequences for him for his lies. So you expect to take your ass up in front of these people and get a fair trial? That's why today, when somebody gets convicted, I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it because I've experienced this corruption firsthand. And I question anything them people say. I don't give a fuck what type of evidence they got. Motherfucker, you planted it. You made it up. Question everything these people say, man, because they are corrupt. They are corrupt. And they will use this corruption and this power to book your ass if they can. They don't give a fuck how innocent you are. What Malcolm say? Man, them folks will make an innocent man guilty and a guilty man innocent. Stop trusting these people. Stop calling these people for assistance, for help. They don't care nothing about you. Hit some up out of here. One.